Yo, 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 yo. This is the Fresh and Funky Show. I am Fresh and Funky because you're going to get the fresh and funky takes from me. On sports mostly, but sometimes I be me. I just tell like it is. And, that's just how I've been in my life. Not saying I'm better than anybody else or that my life is better than anybody else and whatever. That's not the case in point. Case in point for me is I want to be authentic and real to people as possible and not be some fake ass motherfucker or some person I'm not who I say I am. So, I mean, it happens in life, but whatever, life goes on, right? Certainly does. But, it's been a while. A lot of things going down here. Probably the podcast will be probably getting a little more crazier here as I begin to transition from California and going to be moving to Kansas as of next year. So be moving from out here, and so we'll be getting some things together. So sometimes if I'm not podcasting or I'm not doing my sports talk and rant raving or whatever, vlogging, all the above things, I'm just getting my things and my affairs ready for the move that is going to happen. So I'm excited going to a new state. Obviously it's a lot different than California. Going to be colder and different weather, different things and stuff like that. So, but we'll get acclimated and everything else of that nature. But it'll be all right. I'm excited, happy, sad, kind of leaving California, bittersweet. But California is where I was born and raised, and sometimes you just got to go out and just enjoy life. Enjoy life no matter what the situations, what the what the things that are going on at hand. Definitely got to go and enjoy life and try to do the things that you love and care for before it's all said and done. I mean, I'm telling you, in my opinion, ain't nobody came back and told us it's reincarnation. So, uh, we're not gonna sit here and we're not gonna match wisdoms and wits or who's right and who's wrong. And I've asked myself that question all the time. Does it really matter who's right and wrong in the end of the day? I mean, what happens when both people are wrong? Hmm, just just a food for thought, maybe. Yeah, food for thought. But yeah, we had a kind of a crazy but awesome kind of sports weekend here. With college football, college basketball. We had NFL, we got NBA, you got all season baseball. Moves going down. So it's been an interesting sports week and and into to November. So as tomorrow will be the 1st of December. We are in the holiday seasons of where we give thanks for and for what we have and the people that we care for and love, that and we try to enjoy the moments while we can with them. And that's what it should be about, the holidays. It shouldn't be about, oh, well, is it about Christopher Columbus or whatever? No, it should be about just spending time with your family and being thankful for being alive and celebrate that, not get fucked up and drunk, be whatever, but let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy it while we have it. 'Cause when it's gone, I mean, we complain about the money, but well, we can get money back. You cannot get your time back. Another food for thought. But yeah, so we had some awesome, amazing games. Obviously Ohio State losing to Michigan was a big win for the Michigan, and then Alabama got lucky I don't know. I mean, if you're an Auburn fan, you're probably feeling mighty, 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 mighty upset right now because could have beat Alabama. Now you let Alabama win. They came back and won. Now Alabama's got to play Georgia. And my thing is, how you not? I mean, I guess if you're the committee, they're not gonna just say, well, Alabama's out right now. We just got Georgia. However they want to rank it. I mean, Ohio State ended up losing to Michigan, which I don't know how. Michigan didn't. But I don't know how they do that. And then Cincinnati's still undefeated. I mean, they obviously got their conference just like Michigan does against Iowa this weekend. Just like Alabama's got to play Georgia. And this is the first time in a long time Alabama has been a underdog. You know, for so long, Alabama's been pretty dominant, and this year, Georgia has been really the talk of the SEC this year. They have the stronger defense, obviously, solidified defense, and they have a pretty good offense as well. They got the transfer from USC and JT Daniels here. So, hey, it's going to be a great weekend of college football. Conference Bowl, championships to be decided. You got Pittsburgh and Wake Forest. We got App State versus the Raging Cajun. You got Kent State versus Northern Illinois. We got Western Kentucky taking on the University of Texas San Antonio. They lost last week. They were undefeated. I was hoping they could go undefeated. I mean, there was no way they were going to make it into the college playoff, but it would have been nice to see another small conference. A small divisional conference. Get up in there and always throw the monkey, always throw the wrench, always throw the wrench in the NCAA. So how they always want to do their certain things their way. Shake it up a little bit. See what happens when things get shooken up a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, if Georgia outright beats Alabama, and let's just say Cincinnati beats Houston, and let's say Michigan, beats Iowa. We're talking figuratively here. We're not talking literal sense. And does Alabama do the committee leave Alabama out of the playoffs, or do they say, well, no, sorry, Cincinnati? I mean, Cincinnati, they've outright played, they don't play in maybe the toughest conference, but they have a couple decent teams in there that aren't too bad that played well this year. They beat Notre Dame, and Notre Dame was up there, and Notre Dame's kind of slid back a little bit. Now they come up a little bit more. So, but then it usually comes down to resume, and it's going to be you're really leaving a team from the South out for a team that's non-power 5 conference, and just I'd like to see it. I would like to see the college football expand to at least 6 teams. Get the top 6 teams in the nation. Put them in a playoff, or even 8. I mean, obviously it depends on the year. If you have a lot of solid teams, it'd be nice to see. What would have been. Those teams. Instead of okay, let's pit all these teams back in a simulated fantasy notion when we could have seen these teams actually play each other. You know, so and they can still have the little bowl games. The bowl games could still be out there for the other teams. But Let's just, let's make it to be more competitively. I mean, I think the NFL this year adding, instead of the normal 6 teams, they have 7, and I think it's ripe this year because the competition. Teams, and downright, are going to be fighting. I mean, obviously, since we lost and Washington won on last night against Seattle, which was it was an interesting game, to say the least, on Monday Night Football. It was, you know, first Redskins go down, kick a field goal, then Russell Wilson goes down there and looks like the old Russell Wilson, right, throwing dots, and then Russ didn't even the rest of the game. Russ just didn't even look like Russ. He was missing throws that normally he wasn't gonna miss. I mean, but then he stepped up, in the final quarter and hit that touchdown to Freddie Swain. But then he missed. He should have hit DK Metcalf in the corner. I don't know what he was thinking, trying to thread that needle through the middle, but and that makes them 3-8 now, and that's tough for Seattle right now. You got a lot of questions to ask, and I know, we watch the press conferences, and does it tell us the pulse of the room, and are guys going to give up? No, by what we heard on the podium between Jordan Brooks, Jamal Adams, obviously Bobby Wagner. You heard from Russell Wilson. You heard from Pete Carroll, obviously first, and they all echoed the same sentiment. There was just sometimes you're not going to win. You got to try to go out there and but like Jamal Adams said, there's a lot of emotions going on right now. And the guys are just it's tough to lose. It's tough to lose those games that are close and heartbreaking, and know that you could have had a chance to win, and now that could have gave you a better chance to continue to fight for a playoff spot, but it's going to be hard now. You got to hope for a lot of teams to lose, which 3-8, and obviously the last playoff spot is 5-6. So, I mean, obviously they're not too far out of the playoff race, but hey, they start. You lose a couple more games, and then it starts to become talk about, okay, what are we going to do? Help ourselves go in, finish the season strong, but go, get us ready for next season. I mean, that's what a lot of teams don't really take consideration. But since you have the 7th spot, it does help some teams to kind of fight a little bit harder instead of just throwing in the towel. Unless hey, some people want to, you can tank. You know, it's like right now in Detroit, a lot of people are calling for Dan Campbell's head to be, and Dan Campbell's not the right coach for the Motor City Lion Cats. I like to call them. Detroit was historically a good franchise. Obviously, having Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson. Obviously, you know, Night Train Lane being a corner that was solid defensive player for the Lions. But yeah, I mean, they're trying to figure it out. I mean, they're playing my team this weekend. They're hosting us, and we're coming in. I hope Everson Griffin could come back and play for us this week. I'm praying, for him and his well-being. Most people don't know is he had a kind of a mental health breakdown, and the cops were called. He thought somebody was trying to get him, and they found out that there was nobody there, nobody trying to really that he's dealing with some mental, some mental problems, and it happens to all of us. A lot of us deal with that on a day-to-day basis, and sometimes it's tough. And it used to be a stigmatism. Nobody used to talk about things, but now we need to express how we feel, and whether it's happily, sadly, maybe a little bit aggressively. Some people don't like that, but we have to express ourselves in a way, but not in a violent way or a combative way, or feel like we're trying to be. But a lot of us are dealing with a lot of things right now, and it's not easy. And if you don't have outlets or support, or it's overwhelming. And when a lot of times we get overwhelmed, it's hard to deal with. It's hard to deal with, and so for Everson Griffin, I hope things are getting well for him, and whether he comes back this week or not, like I said, I'd like to see him come back on the field and play. He's an amazing athlete, a wonderful man, and I hope that he can truly get some help, because that's ultimately, if we don't get help with that, a lot of times, not a lot of people, they don't make it, man. And I myself have lost friends, you know. Childhood friend of ours, was a good, you know, our good friend Sean, he was a good dude, but a lot of things were going on, and he just didn't reach out to our buddy that was out there, and but mental health is a thing, man. We all go through it. I've been through it in my life, where I've been down in the dumps and been low, and never the point I wanted to end my life or anything, but you know, enough to where I was down. I was down, and just overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. But through a lot of help, through God, through smoking weed, through my family, through reaching out to other people that have had similar experiences. It's it's amazing what it does, and how you can feel so much better. But to understand what people are going through, that's what we have to put ourselves in empathy, not sympathy. That's, I mean, those are two different words. Like, two different meanings. So let's try to have the empathy for people and understand. So, but yeah, the Lions, they want to definitely get Dan Campbell out of there, but I don't know. I mean, they're fighting. It's not like they're giving up. I mean, yeah, there's some penalties they probably just got to personally clean up a little bit, but I mean, otherwise, I mean, they had the chance to beat the Bears, and and then the week before that, they had a chance to beat the Browns, and that's why Baker Mayfield wasn't. And obviously, Baker and the Baker Company didn't win this week either. So hey, but that's how it goes in the sports. And so we had we had Duke upsetting Gonzaga, college basketball, pretty big upset there. So hey, Coach K's last year coaching college basketball. He's gonna retire, and you know, Coach K was and still is his last year an amazing coach, but not just gave guys, coach them in basketball. I think Coach K also helped a lot of guys in life. Try to you know And that's what I say about support. If you got people to support you and have your back, and put you in the right situations to succeed, but sometimes it doesn't always work that way. You try to get and you try to put somebody in a position to succeed, and it doesn't work out. You know, that's I mean, it's not a foolproof guarantee to happen to you, or for you. So, but we congratulate Coach K on that, and well deserved longevity career, and hopefully when he retires that hopefully maybe he'll become like an analyst, and they can kind of be like Dick Vitale, maybe see him out there, talking about the games, or maybe commentator, or maybe just gonna spend time with his wife and family after a while. You can't blame the guy. He's one of the most winningest in college basketball, history. So, and Gonzaga, they're still, I think they're still one of the teams to still beat. Obviously, Gonzaga will see, probably will see the, Duke in the NCAA tournament again some point, I imagine. But it's okay for Gonzaga, because this is, you know, sometimes you need certain losses. They beat UCLA, obviously the rematch from last year, but so yeah, college basketball has been, they've had some tournaments going on. Tonight we have the ACC taking on the Big Ten. So we got the Coach V Foundation on ESPN. They have to donate to cancer, and I definitely you know when I first saw Jim Balvano, that speech, man, it was just like, man, it brings you to tears. It brings you to tears because this man was he had a lot of love for the game of college basketball. And even when he got diagnosed with cancer, he still had a fighting attitude. He still had the never give up, never just. And I think that's what stuck with me. Being a kid growing up watching sports, loving sports, it just stuck with me to fight. And no matter what situation we find ourselves, no matter what the odds are, you gotta continue to fight. And even if you lose at the end, at least you're fighting. At least you're fighting. At least you're out here. You're giving it your all. You're not fucking laying down, and you're not giving up. And I know a lot of people in this world have that right now. There's a lot of people that have that fighting attitude, and just there's a lot of people that are giving up, and I want to encourage those not to give up. Never give up. It's all we got. And if we don't learn to fight, and one day hopefully we'll beat cancer. My uncle this year from a rare kidney cancer this year passed away. You know, he had the same same as Jimmy Belvano, man. Even to the end, even when he knew, you know, shit wasn't, he's still in good spirits. He still fought to the end, and that's what we got to carry on. We got to carry on like that because they want us to be that way. I'm not trying to get sad here or anything, but hey, there's people out here, man. The odds and the cards and the decks are stacked against them. And they're still fighting. There's those of us that sometimes give it up and quit, saying, "Well, it's too tough. I can't." And there's people that are just saying, "No, I can. I will." And that's the attitude we need. That's the only attitude that's going to get us out of the situation and Because if we just lay down and not do anything, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, and I don't know what to say for you. But we got some sports today here. Let me get into the sports here. Let's get into some sports here. Mm, 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 mm. All right. Let's look at the NFL here. All right. Coaching hot seat here. Obviously, we had some injuries to talk about here. We have, Christian McCaffrey got hurt again this weekend against Miami. He's out for the rest of the season now, and I don't know. I mean, McCaffrey's looking like, man. I mean, I'm not saying his career is done, but man, he's between his, I think his knees and his ankles. I think he's, you know, but he's not the only one. Dalvin Cook got hurt. They're saying it's a torn labrum, but Mike Zimmer's saying nah, it's not a torn labrum. He's just kind of day to day. What is it? He got injury in his shoulder, got a hurt rib or something. Just it didn't look very good. So he's probably not gonna be playing at least for 2 weeks. We're playing the Lions this week, and we got Madsen, and we could use the rookie guy or whoever. Want to go out and try to get a Le'Veon Bell or somebody out there that's available. Maybe bring back AP. But I doubt Adrian Peterson would want to come back to the Vikings anyways. So, yeah, we got a lot on that end here. And then you got coaches on the hot seat. Oh, let's see. All right, let's check out the coaching hot seat here. All right, so obviously,
since being the first to make wipers over a century ago.
all right. So Brian Flores, I think Brian Flores and Vic Fangio, they're being like put on the hot seat. But I don't know, man. I think Brian Flores, he's starting to get the Dolphins to play a little bit better, and I think Vic Fangio still, his team, they just beat the Chargers. I think, eh, I think those two coaches here might have saved themselves a little bit. And you got to look at the next Dolphins' next 5 games. They got the Giants, Jets, Saints, Titans, Patriots. So really, the only tough teams down the road that they got to really play, obviously, would be Tennessee and Patriots, obviously, depending on Tennessee gets healthy. The Broncos got the Chiefs, Lions, Bengals, Raiders, Chargers. Which, that Chiefs game is going to be a tough one. Lions should be whatever. Bengals, yeah. And the Raiders is always. So, who knows? And then they have Joe Judge here. They have the Giants next 5 games. They have the Dolphins. They're at the Dolphins, at the Chargers, home to the Cowboys, at the Eagles, and at the Bears. Yeah. Now, if you think about those games, I mean, majority of those games could be. You have Matt Nagy, number 4. Bears got Cardinals. They have the Cardinals at home. Then they're at the Packers, home to the Vikings, at Seattle, and then home to the Giants. Matt Rule. And then see, Panthers have a bye this week. Then they face the Falcons, at the Bills, home to the Bucks, at the Saints, and at the Bucks. You got Urban Meyer, number 2 here. They're at the Rams, at the Titans, versus the Texans, the Jets, and at the Patriots here. So, and then number 1, they think. So he's got. So the Colts. Well, let's see. The Texans got home to the Colts, home to Seattle, at the Jaguars, home to the Chargers, and at the Niners. So those are the coaches that they think are on the hot seat. Now, I would, I'd love to say that Seattle would get rid of Pete Carroll, and then maybe maybe Mike Zimmer in there too. I mean, I'm a Vikings fan, but you know what? After a while, I think something's got to give here. Kevin Stefanski, our offensive coordinator, is over there with Cleveland, doing a pretty good job. But I don't know. It seems like they've got their own set of issues and problems right now here. Because let's see, Kareem Hunt's father has come out now. He's come out on social media and basically voiced his displeasure, with Baker Mayfield. I mean, he's not the only one. I mean, Baker goes against, says something against Cleveland because I guess this is something his wife or whatever. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this situation here. You got Odell out of town, but now, I mean, they got a good defense. There's no doubt about it. They have a fucking Myles Garrett, hands down, is just killing offensive linemen and quarterbacks. And then their secondary is pretty good as well with Greedy and Greg Newsome. Second, they got Grant Delpit had a pick. In the loss, you got Jeremiah. They got JOK. I like to call him JOK here. He's out there, rookie. Put his name out there for defensive rookie of the year. I mean, I don't know. You got Nick Chubb. You got Kareem Hunt. You got Hooper. You got Njoku. I mean, you got Landry. You got people. I mean, they got a pretty decent offensive line. Wyatt Teller. I mean, yeah, maybe it's not the best offensive line, but man, they got to do something. I mean, I know people don't want to say it's Baker, but I mean, Baker's got to, playing with all the injuries he's playing with, he's not playing 100%. And you're basically, not saying this is the same thing as a Russell Wilson situation. Russell Wilson has a finger, obviously. And obviously, fucking Baker Mayfield's got a shoulder injury, broken ribs, probably, fucking whatever the hell it is, all the shit he's got going on. But he's not doing the Cleveland Browns any type of justice right now. I'll be honest, the Browns are still, they're probably still in the playoff hunt, obviously. But I mean, if Baker doesn't start, making some better throws, and maybe you gotta start handing the ball to Chubb a little more. You know, I don't know. You know, Kevin Stefanski's gonna have to be the one to make the hard decision there. And then you got Kareem Hunt's father saying something now on social media. I mean, how's that gonna go? Was Baker gonna go up to Kareem Hunt and start a fight with him? I'm sure he's not, because Kareem Hunt will probably kick him in his fucking head. I mean, you don't want people to go to social media and start airing out your business about your quarterback. And it's family. Hey, my dad was the same way when we played sports. My dad would be out there, hey, referee, hey, fuck you, hey, put my kid in, hey. Everybody's, you see it every day where somebody's father, somebody gets out there and they get in a fight, their kid or some guy runs on the field and punches another kid and starts a big old brawl, you know. We live in a day and age where, people are gonna say something, people are gonna say things, but do you necessarily have to buy into them, pay attention to them? No. But, they're gonna say their piece. I mean, hell. I mean, that's not the first person. I mean, look at Golden Tate's wife. Look at me. A lot of people. Hey, Tom Brady's wife came out once and said, "Yeah, people gonna say shit. People's family's gonna say shit. People's friends gonna say shit. You know, that is what it is here." So, NFL makes schedule changes for weeks 14 and 15 here. All right, NFL flexes 49ers Bengals week 14 matchup now late afternoon. Packers Ravens week 15 game also moved. The Bengals.
Bathfitter doesn't just fit your bath. With hundreds of custom designs.
Bathfitters, yeah. Let's see. The 49ers and Bengals will kick off on Sunday, December 12th at 4:25 p.m. Eastern time now, while the Packers and Ravens on December 19th, their game to Sunday, December 19th will be aired at 4:25 Eastern time here. Moving it, because you got to rotate the games here. So yeah, so we got some games that had to be flexed in, and they said they were gonna flex them in. So we definitely are gonna be riding high here. All right. So let's look ahead of the games here. Let's look at the games. We got Thursday night football here on the 2nd. We have the Dallas Cowboys going into New Orleans, play at at Caesars Superdome here. Obviously, New Orleans Saints have a deal with Caesars in Las Vegas because that's what they do. Everybody, they have business or whatever. All right, so early line is New Orleans is plus 4.5, so that means the Cowboys are favored to win by 4.5. The money line is plus 175 on the Saints, And the over-under is 47.5. Now, obviously, Cowboys right now, their coach has COVID. A couple of the coaches have it. I think 6, 7, or I don't know, maybe even 8, possibly 8 coaches have it. I'm not saying. I'm just talking. Please do not strike my channel because I'm talking about COVID. It has to deal with the sports. Please don't, misconstrue it as misinformation. I'm just saying this is what has been reported. But Zeke Elliott he's hurt with a knee injury, so he will not be playing in this game. I mean, hopefully they'll get CeeDee Lamb back from the concussion protocol, and hopefully Amari Cooper comes back from. I think he was on the. I want to say he was on the COVID list, or maybe he was hurt. So, and then they have, they got I think I want to say it's defense tackle. Yeah, one of their defense tackles decided to say, "Well, I'm not gonna punch a guy in the head, in the helmet, in the head during the game. I'm gonna punch him after the game." And so the NFL reviews all game tape and good footage and this and that. That boom. There and now that man is suspended 2 games now. On New Orleans side of things here, Kamara's been banged up. He hasn't played. Mark Ingram didn't play. They got pretty much beat up. They were eating good. They ate good Cajun turkey, and then they just they went to sleep and just let the Bills just. But now the Bills got a tough task now to play the Patriots here in a must-win game for the division now. So Saints, on the other hand, well, they got to play at home again. It's the Cowboys who are kind of coming in banged up, whatever. But you know, is Trevor Siemian really the quarterback here? Can we not give Taysom Hill a chance to be the quarterback and try to? I mean, I don't know. And then the running game, and then Michael Thomas is out for the season. I mean, and it's sad because New Orleans has a really good defense. They have a really solid defense, and if they could just get the offense going, get Kamara healthy back, and just a quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over, you know, like a Tyler Heineke type guy. I mean, I'm sorry, Trevor Simeon is no Tyler Heineke. You need to get him out of there. And I'm not saying that Taysom Hill's any better. Hey, but at some point, Jameis Winston ain't coming back. Drew Brees ain't coming back to play. Philly Rivers ain't coming back. You didn't get Cam Newton, so you gotta make the best what you can. I think it's gonna be a really good game. Obviously, I think the Cowboys can still win this game because you got Tony Pollard over there. That he's got, I like to call him Tony Peas, like Tony Peas Pizza. But I think Cowboys can still get a W on the road. They need a much needed victory, and I think because they haven't figured out a little more on the offense. I think New Orleans defense. I mean, it got beat up pretty bad against the Bills. I'm gonna be honest. They gave up 31 points and they only scored 6. So, what does that tell you? All right, then we got Arizona. Then we got Arizona here. We got Arizona. We got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Chicago Bears. Well, quick historical fact. Did you know the Arizona Cardinals franchise is linked to the Chicago Cardinals franchise back in the days? Yes, Chicago indeed had 2 football teams at one point. So Little fun fact for those out there that didn't know. So Arizona comes in after their bye. Yeah, obviously, Kyler Murray's probably hopefully he'll be healthy enough to play. Same thing with DeAndre Hopkins. I got him on my fantasy team, so I'm kind of hoping D Hop can, help me out here because I'm getting kind of, But it happens in fantasy, some guys are gonna perform, some guys are not, and it happens in real life. You got to get mad. I mean, unless you're putting money on it, and I put money on it, but I don't put very much money. When I bet $1, and that's why I make crazy parlay bets for $1. It's not like I'm losing. I'm not losing $100. I'm not losing $1,000. So whatever. But needless to say, I'm digressing here. The Cardinals come in at -8 on the road favorites. Chicago's +8 on the spread, though. Chicago on the money line is plus 285, and the over/under is 45.5. So I don't know if Fields is coming back or not, but Andy Dalton didn't look too bad. So I mean, and if Kyler Murray is not back this week, I don't really want to see Colt McCoy, and I surely don't want to see Trace McSorley. Yes, yes, the Ravens traded or they released Trace McSorley to the Cardinals, and yes, there's been rumors that Cliff Kingsbury might go to Oklahoma. I doubt that. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt Cliff Kingsbury is just gonna leave the team that he's coaching right now at basically taking the team and getting it to this point and just going and bailing. I don't think that's gonna happen. If he does, well, that speaks to the character of Cliff Kingsbury. But needless to say, an 8-point margin here. I mean, Arizona on the road, though. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be tough. They haven't played. Bears, you know, but Arizona's gonna be well rested. So that I mean, they're gonna be the well rested team here and get the much needed their players back. But it's tough to play in Soldier Field out there, and it is time of December and all that. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be nice and cold, and teams that play in domes or teams that aren't used to be playing out in the winter weather. It's it doesn't bode very well. The next game we got an AFC South matchup here. The Indianapolis Colts now here taking on the Houston Texans here down in Houston, Texas here. The Colts are -9, but the Texans are +9 on the spread. Texans are +310 on the money line, and the over/under is 45.5. Well, the Texans lost to the Jets, which I was, you know, in one person's chat, I picked the Jets actually in my pick'ems. I ended up picking the Jets, and I'm like, well, but my stupid ass didn't bet that. I should have bet the Jets and the Broncos, but I went against that and bet the Chargers and I bet the Texans. Boy, did that backfire on me this weekend. In Indianapolis, they should have beaten the Buccaneers, but I think coming into this game against the Texans here, the Colts are gonna beat the Texans here, and it may start out close, but I think by the end of the game, I think the Colts are gonna blow them out here. I don't know. The Texans, they're still in. Texans are still trying to figure out if Watson's gonna get off on his thing or they're gonna keep him, but Watson says he doesn't want to be there anymore. So but other teams don't want to trade for him and give up commodities, picks or players, and not have like, oh well. So they're kind of waiting for the new year because I guess that's when Deshaun Watson's the trial is going to be starting up. So we'll find out somewhat in the new year, early 2022, about Deshaun Watson's future. Obviously, before the season ends, maybe or maybe not. But maybe we'll find out the future for Deshaun Watson if wherever he goes. We'll have to, we'll have to have a you know we'll have to have a comments. Well, in my thing here, leave a comments. Leave if you think we're talking hypothetically after next year. Where would be the best fit for Deshaun Watson? I say I would me personally. I would say right now, if I'm Deshaun Watson, I would love to be in Miami right now. I mean, but Tua's starting to come around a little bit, and I don't know. I mean, just Miami starts to pick up the wins a little bit and get close to maybe making the playoffs. Do they just back? Do they back out and just say no? I mean, if you're a team like the Broncos, if I'm Deshaun Watson, I'd go the Broncos. You have somewhat of an okay line. They got some good weapons and receivers. They have a pretty decent defense. All they really need is a quarterback. Last night my one homie was talking about trade. They need to trade. They need to get rid of Russell Wilson. But I don't know. Russell Wilson just coming back and he's been going through a lot of things. One of his best friends, mentor, is a person that was very close to Russell Wilson. You know, passed away. And when that happens, your mental state and stuff kind of, it's not so much fixated on football in a sense, but you're fixated on your life. Like, man, makes you really like appreciate like shit. I'm still here, man. I'm still. So that's so yeah, definitely the Colts in Texans. That's an early game. All right. Let's see the next game. We got the Chargers and Bengals early game. We got Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow gonna be at home again here after cooking them up here after cooking up the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon here. The Joe and Joe company here. Chargers are coming in after losing to the Broncos here. So Chargers are looking for a win here. This is gonna be like a playoff atmosphere type of game here. Bengals have got to win to keep contention in the division and have a chance to make the playoffs as well. So Cincinnati is -3. So they're the home favorites. The money line is on the Chargers plus 140. Over under of 50.5. They're kind of thinking it might be a shootout. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know right now. I have to see what happens with injury reports or whatever. Because this game right now, three is a good number, but this is definitely going to be a good game of the morning session. Then we have Minnesota. We have Minnesota taking on Detroit. Lions are +7. So we're getting -7 road favorites right now. Money line on Lions plus 250. And the over under is 46.5. Now, I have to remind everybody that the Lions should have beat us earlier in the season. We lucked out by a Greg Joseph last minute field goal. I think the final score was 19-16. Something shit like that. And now we're without Dalvin Cook. And I think we have somebody else hurt on our line as well. And then if Everson Griffin doesn't play again, Patrick Peterson is on the COVID list. So, that means Cameron Dantzler is going to have to play. We're going to have, vulnerable secondary. I don't know. I don't want to say this is going to be an easy victory for us here, but I'd like to see us win this game and definitely, hope that we can, really create that magic. All right. Then the next game after that, we got the Giants and the Dolphins. Oh, all right. Another interesting game in the morning here. All right. Dolphins are -3, home favorites. Home favorites. Obviously, the Giants are plus 140 on the money line. Over under is 41.5. Definitely, they're playing in Miami too. So I mean, hey, this is gonna be another game that's gonna. If the Giants, their defense is getting better right now. Miami's defense is playing really well right now. Both offenses are kind of all right, but Tua and Jalen Waddle. I mean, hopefully Adoree Jackson can be back maybe next week for the Giants. So definitely going to be a interesting game to say the least. We have Philadelphia and the Jets. Wow, all right. All right. Philadelphia is getting the -6.5 as road favorites here. But on the spread, it's +6.5 for the Jets. And the Jets are plus 230 on the money line. Over under 45 points. Now the Jets surprised everybody, and I didn't think everybody didn't think that Zach Wilson was gonna. And if you saw him in the game, man, one of the guys in Texas was like, trying to yank his fucking head off like that, like I'm telling you, he was like, Zach Wilson, he showed us something. He has thrown the most interceptions, yes, him and probably Trevor Lawrence, definitely having a competition, but obviously, Zach's got more wins than Wilson. So, and well, what I heard is Jalen Hurts is questionable right now. I don't know if he got hurt, banged up, maybe a little nicked up, maybe. So we'll have to see about that because, I mean, obviously, I don't know who the backup is for the Philadelphia Eagles. Ain't going to be somebody I. And the Jets defense, they're starting to play like their coach, Saleh. They're starting to take on his personality and get out there and start to, get out the quarterback. They're starting to rush the quarterback pretty good. They're playing, they're playing good coverage. So it definitely that'll be another good game, another solid game. Definitely something to watch if the number goes down. Then we have an NFC South matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons won last week, barely in Jacksonville. Uh, Same can be said for the Buccaneers, but Leonard Fournette was basically good. Old Leonard was running wild, running hog wild out there against. So we'll definitely see. It'll be an interesting matchup how the Falcons. Obviously Cordell Patterson had 2 touchdowns. That helped, but they're gonna have to get some. They're gonna have to develop somewhat of a passing game here, and the defense is gonna have to get stymied if they're gonna have a chance to beat Tampa Bay, in my opinion. But nonetheless, it is a 10. It is a 10 o'clock game. All right. Then we have the start of the afternoon games with the Jaguars coming to play at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Rams minus 13 right now. Jaguars are plus 475 on the money line. Over under is 48 points. um, Rams, they lost last week in Green Bay. So they get kind of a bounce back game, I'd say. They get a bounce back game playing the Jaguars. The Jaguars had a chance, probably should have beat the Falcons, but now have to go on the road and have to play the Rams. I mean, I certainly hope that the Jaguars could play decent, but I mean, who are we kidding? The Jaguars are probably gonna get blown out in this game. But I mean, I hope the Jaguars can keep it close. You know, and I picked crazy lines before. You know, I picked the freaking Texans to not lose by 20 something in Vegas, and what happened? That team ended up losing. Next game, we have the Washington football team off their win to face the Las Vegas Raiders off their win on Thanksgiving against the Raiders. Against the Cowboys. The Las Vegas Raiders come in at minus 2.5. Red. The football team on the money line is plus 120. The over/under is 49.5. I think it's definitely going to be a good game here between the football team and the Raiders. Definitely Tyler Heinicke and Carr going to battle it out there. I had a bold prediction last night. I said that Russell Wilson and Tyler Heinicke will both combine for 400 yards passing. And Russell Wilson had 240, and I think Tyler Heinicke had 2 something. So they both had Academy covered. I'm sure that wouldn't be a bold prediction, but I don't know. So the football team and the Raiders. I think this is going to be a good game in the afternoon. Definitely a chance to have points in the game, obviously. So definitely, 2.5. That's that's a pretty good number. We'll see if it goes to 3 later on in the week. All right. Then we got Baltimore at Pittsburgh. We got an AFC North battle. The Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. So yeah, you got the Ravens coming in after a big Sunday night football victory over another, divisional rival, the Browns. So now they get it, they get to come back and they get to beat up on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger and them, they didn't look good at all. Najee Harris didn't seem to be able to run the ball. Um, it just was overall a bad game for Pittsburgh. They had to come home. Can they right the ship against Lamar and company? It's doable. I mean, it's doable to keep it close, but offensively they're gonna have to get something started. I'm just not a believer in the Pittsburgh offense at this point right now. I more or less buy the Ravens, and obviously Ravens are -4 as home as road favorites. Pittsburgh is +4. Pittsburgh is +175 on the money line. The over/under is 44 points. Definitely going to be a good game in the afternoon. I mean, we hope so. The last but not least, the last of the afternoon games, we have the San Francisco Santa Clara Niners taking on the Seattle Seahawks. We have an NFC West battle here. Well, Seattle, and obviously Niners coming in -3.5 on the spread. Well, here it says Seattle +3.5 on the spread, but Niners are the favorites on the spread. Seattle is the underdog with the +3.5 on the spread and +145 on the money line. Over under 45.5. Seattle came into the Niners stadium and ended up beating them. So I don't know. Did the Niners come for some payback, or could Seattle get back, right the ship, and sweep the Niners here, and then be playoff spoilers and knock the Niners down? So we'll definitely have to see about that here. Then we have Sunday Night Football. We have Sunday Night Football, which will be the Denver Broncos going into Kansas City. Kansas City is -10 on the spread. Broncos are +350 on the money line. Over under 47. This is an AFC West battle. Obviously, the Broncos got a big victory against the Chargers and the Chiefs. The Chiefs riding high off a bye, so we will see how that helps them here. They can keep the momentum going. The Chiefs do against their division foe in the Denver Broncos. Should be interesting. We'll have to figure out if Teddy Bridgewater, he was kind of gimping, limping, whatever, and see if he. And then Monday Night Football, we have New England at Buffalo, which probably is going to be the game of the week. Game of the week is going to be on Monday night. It's going to be in Buffalo. Buffalo's favored minus 3 right now. 44 is the over under right now. So there we go. There we go. And that is your NFL. That is your NFL here, and we're gonna go to some NBA right now here. College football. LSU hires Brian Kelly, who used to coach Notre Dame. Boop, 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 boop. Oh shit! Sorry, I had to change my soccer lineup here. All right, so we got 5 NBA games on the slate tonight here. Starting off with the Memphis Grizzlies taking on the Toronto Raptors up in the up in the up in T dot up in OVO land. The Raptors record at home dropped to 2-7 after their 109-97 loss to Boston on Sunday here. The Grizzlies, meanwhile, defeated the visiting Kings 128-101 on Sunday without John Morant, who has a sprained knee. So the Raptors come in at -3.5 right now because of that note. The Grizzlies are plus 140 on the money line. The over under tonight in that game is 216.5. Definitely, definitely, definitely. I mean, Grizzlies are 10-10. I mean, obviously, John Morant sprained knee hurts them a lot, but I think they got they can use like Desmond Bain, or they can use you know a couple other guys I think are capable of handling the task there. They still got Dylan Brooks. They still got Kyle Anderson. They got Jaren Jack Jr. here, so they're gonna be okay. The Raptors, hoping Gary Trent Jr. will be available. That will really help them tonight as far as the defensive end and getting scoring. But on the season, Grizzlies are 10-10. Toronto Raptors are 9-12. So definitely going to be a good matchup here. Grizzlies come in scoring about 110 points a game. Raptors score about 106. So that's where you get the 216. The Grizzlies out rebound the Raptors by about 3 rebounds, 47 rebounds per game to 44. The Grizzlies out assist the Raptors 25 to 21, so about a 3-to-1 ratio. So definitely going to be a good game tonight. All right, let's go to the next game here. We have the Battle of New York. We have the New York. We got the New York Knicks taking on the Brooklyn Nets tonight. This game will be televised on TNT. It will be at the Barclays Center. Will Jay-Z be in the house tonight? Spike Lee's probably going to be there. We know that. Well, the Knicks seek to overcome uneven start versus James Harden. And if those of you don't know, Tom Thibodeau came out yesterday that Kemba Walker's been struggling, so now he's found his way out of the rotation. So, well, needless to say, Brooklyn comes in in the spread -7.5 tonight on the spread line here. You got the New York Knicks +250 on the money line. The over/under is 216.5, the same as the first game, the Grizzlies and the Raptors. I think 216.5 is that's being generous. I mean that's being kind of generous. I mean both these teams they score. You know, the Knicks score about 106 a game. The Nets score about 110. So that's why it is the way that is there. The Knicks rebounded by 2. Well, really not by much, honestly. 46, 46 rebounds per game to 47.7, which is 45 rebounds a game. Then the Nets have more assists per game with 25 to the Knicks 21. So definitely the records are Knicks are 11-9. The Brooklyn Nets are 14-6. So definitely going to be a good game tonight on TNT to watch. Definitely going to be. All right, now we got the Detroit Pistons. We got the Pistons, Detroit basketball. We got the reinvention of Detroit basketball taking on, Portland Trailblazers that are basically they're coming home now. They got a good home stretch right now. So they come in with -9 points on the spread tonight. The Detroit basketball team on the money line is +350, and the over/under is 215. Detroit has been sliding as of late here. They've just been. Portland plays 8 to 9 games at home. All right, so so Portland took a beat down by the hands of the Jazz, 129-107 last night. So I think definitely Portland's going to bounce back. Pistons are going to continue to slide. All right, the next game we got the Battle of the West here. The battle of the best in the West. We have the Golden State Warriors taking on the Phoenix Suns here. Red hot as of late. The red hot, scorching, burning Suns here. The records are the Golden State Warriors at 18-2, Phoenix Suns at 17-3. So tonight, if Phoenix wins, they will be 18-3, and the Golden State Warriors will be 18-3. So Suns and Warriors meet in the captive early season contest here. Gonna be a great game here in Phoenix tonight. The Suns come in as the favorite on the spread, -2.5. Got money line is on the Warriors tonight at +115. The over/under tonight is 221.5. Okay. All right, the Suns. Yeah, the Suns have not lost. The Suns who haven't lost since October 27th at home against Sacramento will be shooting for a franchise record tying 17th straight win and a tie atop the West. Yeah, because not the Utah Jazz, guys. Golden Warriors and the Phoenix Suns are leading out there in the West. West, y'all. West, y'all. So definitely, Warriors come in scoring about 114 points a game. The Suns score about 113, so they both score about the same amount of points. So that's why they're saying it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of points tonight. The Warriors and the Suns, the Warriors rebound 47 rebounds a game to Suns 46. So I mean, it's not too much. And the Suns assist 29%, 29 assists per game to the Suns 26. So definitely going to be the best game of the night. Next to the Knicks and Nets might be a good game. Well, if John Morant was still there, I think the Grizzlies would. And then last but not least, we got the Lakers. We got Lakers taking on the Kings. Just a few days removed from a triple overtime encounter, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Kings face off again on Tuesday. The Kings outlasted the Lakers on November 26th, 141 to 137, behind De'Aaron Fox's 34 points. All right, so hey, the Lakers are 11-11. The Kings are 8-13 now here after getting rid of Luke Walton here. So we're gonna see here. We're gonna see here. The last time they went to triple overtime here, they put up some points, and they're playing in Sacramento this time. I think it was in LA. The Lakers put up one. Well, the Kings are. Well, now actually Kings +4. The Lakers are minus the 4. Kings are plus 155, and the over under is 227. Lakers score about 110. Kings about 110 as well. Yeah, 146 rebounds per game for the Lakers, 45, 24, basically like 25 to 22. So, yeah, very similar games. So that is what we got going here today. All right, Duke. Yep, good old Duke tonight here. All right, college basketball. There's probably quite a bit of games tonight here. So we got Chattanooga, Tennessee Tech, Davidson to Charlotte here, Northeastern and Carolina Greensboro here, Furman and High Point. Oh, Campbell's playing today. Fighting Camels out there. Indiana and Syracuse. See Minnesota and Pittsburgh here. Presbyterian upset number 13 Tennessee. We'll have to see. Siena and Army are playing. UConn plays UMass. University of Maryland East Shore. Purdue, number 2 Purdue plays Florida State. Rider and Ole Miss. Tulane and Carl to Charleston. That'd probably gonna be a good game there. Clemson Rutgers, that might be a good game. Hawaii Santa Clara, that could be a decent matchup. North Dakota State Creighton, just depends. Mexico State New Mexico, that battle New Mexico. All right. Damn. Uh-oh. We got Northwestern taking on Wake Forest. We got St. Louis taking on Boise State. We had number 1 Duke in action tonight against Ohio State. In the battle of SoCal, Long Beach State. In San Diego State, we got Pepperdine, Nevada. And we have South Dakota taking on San Jose State. So Pepperdine, Nevada might be a really good game here. So that's basically it for the sports here for me. I mean, there's probably there's hockey out here. Let's see hockey. Let's see where's hockey at here. NHL hockey tonight here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, the New York Islanders and the Philadelphia Flyers game has been postponed here. Oh, amid a COVID crisis. Sorry, please do not ban me off. Please don't ban me off YouTube. This is being reported by these sports teams that they cannot play because players or whoever got COVID. Please don't put it as fucking information. All right, you got the Red Wings and Boston Bruins, San Jose Sharks and New Jersey Devils. You got the Washington Capitals, Florida Panthers, Arizona Coyotes, the Minnesota Wild, the Columbus Blue Jackets versus the Nashville Predators. We have the Tampa Bay Lightning against the St. Louis Blues, the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Dallas Stars, the Anaheim Ducks taking on LA Kings, and that's it. Those are your sports here. Kings Lemieux ejected for biting Senators. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. Let's see. Gonna join in here. Oh shit, the Goji man. Yeah, sorry Goji, I had to beat you down. Sorry, I probably missed you, but hey man, hope all's well. I beat you in fantasy, so that means that made your team beat my real team. But yeah, we've been going for an hour and 30 minutes here. We're going strong here. Probably just gonna run down some picks tonight here, who I'd be taking as far as my betting, and then we'll get out of here because I need to get something to eat and drink. It's motherfucking lunchtime. It's motherfucking lunchtime. So while we do that here, let me sit down here. Sorry, I like to stand up a little bit, give my body a little bit of stretch and exercise. All right. So we're gonna look at this. We're gonna look at the odds here tonight here and see what looks good to us here, and you know. Because last night, I'll read you last night's bet. And I could probably go back and check to see who won, who didn't win, who screwed me, who didn't. Obviously, Cornell won for me. The Magic and the Sixers didn't cash for me. The Nuggets game, the Nuggets game went over that number, went over the 206.5. I picked the Hornets plus 4.5. They got beat by the damn Bulls pretty handily. I had the over 47.5 in Seattle and the football team. That went to 32, so that didn't cash. Trailblazers lost, and I don't know if Grand Canyon if they ended up winning or not. We'll go check here. We will go check. 3 killed, 6 hurt in a shooting at Michigan High School right now. Fraternity is still doing, I mean, how dumb you gotta be to be a fraternity now where it's. Yep, that's what's going on right now. 3 students are confirmed down and down for the count. Three students are no longer here with us in the world. 6 other students or people are injured in this Michigan high school shooting right now, currently going on. Astroworld's victim's family rejects Travis Scott's offer. Ezra Blunt, one of the younger kids that passed away at Astroworld, family refuses Travis Scott's offer to pay for his funeral. You can't just pay people's money for their. You can't just pay their money for their child's death and make it okay, Travis. And that goes for any of these people that athletes, whoever. You think you just pay people off when something happens? No. And I'm glad this family didn't take the deal. Shame on people that take deals. Your loved one's life is not a dollar sign. And people need to start treating it that way. Because the world we're living in is the basically from all our bullshit and our forthcomings and all the bullshit rap and all this and that. And we are living the life that we have come to life. We have made this animal and this monster come to life. And I know it's hard for people to say that we made it and it is our fault. Well, then what? We were innocent in all this? No. We all have a responsibility to take care of life and to uphold what is right. Not sit back and sit idly by and talk shit on the media and social media and platforms and this. No. It's the reason we're dealing with the shit we're dealing with. We're dealing with the racist, the ignorance, the dumb, the stupid, the incompetent, the misinformation, the all this and shit is because everybody has a part to play in this bitch. And I know people don't want to hear that. Well, fuck you. You're part of the reason and why we can't get fucking past the shit. How we can't get past racism. How we can't get past sexism. How we can't get past all this crap. Because people continue to cry foul and be a victim. And that's all you'll ever be. You will never overcome anything in your life if you have that mentality and you have that way of thinking. It's the reason why you're entrapped, entrapped, entrapped. Trap doesn't mean that you're selling drugs out the trap. Trap means you're being trapped and being stupid. And you continue to go through a stupid cycle where your ass does not learn from past mistakes. And that is just stupidity. It needs to be said so. Fuck all you Karens and people that want to fucking hold back people's feelings and shit. Maybe people need to be offended sometimes. Maybe some people need to have their fucking feathers ruffled. Maybe shit needs to be called that it is. But no, we live in a day and age where social media, whoever can tell me when to shut the fuck up, take away my freedom of speech and my rights. Well, the day will come when there will be something, and it ain't gonna be to people's liking. Out here playing around. Alright, let's see. NBA. Alright, what do we have? A Thunder game. I had the under 2. I had the under 217 in that game, so I cashed in that one here. Yeah. So basically, cashed the Nugget game. I cashed the Thunder with the under. I had the over with the Magic, and so I didn't cash on that one. And then the other basketball one was the Trailblazers. That one I lost. And yeah, the Charlotte one, yeah, I lost that one by 14. By a lot. Alright, so let's go to the college basketball here. I want to see it. Alright. Let's see what. I picked Cornell, they ended up winning. And then I picked Grand Canyon, they won! Yeah! So, dude, both my fucking college picks won for me. Dude, I should have picked UT Arlington. They ended up winning, dude. Fuck. That was any upset. Alright. Norfolk State. Grambling. Alright, so. Oh yeah, Memphis ended up losing. That's right. Memphis, number 9. Memphis lost to Iowa State here. Kansas lost to Dayton, and then Iona shocked Alabama. Yeah. So yeah. Well, that means 3 and 4 here. All right, NBA are at 7.5 for the Nets. I definitely like the under 216.5 between the Knicks and the Nets here. Raptors minus 3.5. The Grizzlies. The Grizzlies outright here. Let's see. Raptors have lost a lot of home games at home, but I think tonight the Raptors get it done. I'll take the Raptors with the points here, minus 3.5 with the Raptors here. The Warriors and the Suns. Mm, let's see. Warriors and the Suns. Suns minus 2.5 at home against the Warriors. And Warriors been playing good, but Suns have been playing really good basketball too. And last time Suns they lost the Kings. The Warriors. It just depends on. Uh, boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna take the Warriors on the money line. Take the money line of the Warriors. And I'm gonna take the Lakers minus the 4 on the road. And last but not least, Pistons and Trailblazers. Uh, Trailblazers lost, but they're playing the Pistons. I think we'll take the Trailblazers minus the 7.5 here. Confident in that here. So we got those 5 so far. We got those 5 NBA games. We'll go through a recap here. Let's go look at the college. All right, Davidson and Charlotte here. We can see. Well, both teams. Well, let's see. Davidson's 4-2. Charlotte's 3-2. They're playing in Charlotte, which I don't think really matters because Davidson's in North Carolina, I believe, as well. So. I mean, Davidson's probably the better team. To be honest with you. All right. Then we got the next game here. We got Minnesota and Pittsburgh here. All right. And Pittsburgh pulls it out here. I mean, East Carolina, they're 5-2. They're 5-2 against 3-4 Old Dominion here. I mean, oh shit, the Gophers are 5-0 here. Detroit Titans taking on Northeastern. Yeah, fucking Northeastern. Motherfucking a-holes. Fucking fuck me. Screwing me. Chattanooga, they're 5-1 against Tennessee Tech here. Golden Eagles here, they're 2-4. That they lose by less than 5. Tennessee Tech, who knows? Chattanooga probably fucking blow them out though. Say we got a Detroit. Detroit versus Northeastern. Yeah, Northeastern got fucking pile drive by. But this team hasn't even won a game. Detroit. Do we bet on a team that hasn't won a game? Put our proverbial money where our mouth is here. The under 142 in the Florida State and see College of Charleston there. They're the favorite tonight against Tulane here by 3.5. St. Louis here against Boise here. And they lost their best player here. Hawaii. And Long Beach State. Pepperdine beats Nevada. Ohio State. Okay. All right. Did we do Pepper? Let's see. Pepperdine. Florida State's 5-1 though. Yeah, it's Purdue. The Billikens are 6-1, so maybe fucking bet on them. Yeah. I mean, all right. Okay. We're going to go with Yoni. Do we take the... You know what? We'll take the chance with it. That. We'll take the Tennessee Tech plus the 5 here. Old Dominion on the money line. We take the under. Under 142 in the Florida State game here. With the Old Dominion here. Nah, fuck that. We don't want to bet on Bendel's College here. We might get screwed. We might get screwed. We might get screwed on that end here. Let's bet. Bet that and can we do Pepperdine and lead by 12? No. We'll have to just do 7 here. Okay. All right. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We have our bet. We have our bet here that we have made here. That we have compiled here. Well, I'm going to do another one here on the side here. Just bet it off the side here, but we would have won last night, hence we didn't pick the Trailblazers, hence we didn't pick the Seahawks, hence we didn't pick the Hornets, and hence we didn't pick the Magic game. Probably wouldn't have won as much money as we would have, but we would have won some money. Well, tonight we got ourselves a dandy of an 18 parlay here. We got an 8-team cross parlay. All right. We'll start out with the first. We'll start out with the first game here. First game starts, which would be, I guess, Tennessee Tech. I guess. All right. We took Tennessee. We took Tennessee Tech plus the 5 on the spread here. Not to lose here. And I guess we put the Purdue one there. And then we have the under 142 in Florida State and Purdue. All right. That one. Then we have the under 216.5 in next game. All right. Then after that, we have Raptors minus 3.5 spread. And then after that, we have St. St. Louis money line 140 here. And then we have Warriors money line 130 here. And then last but not least, Lakers minus 4 here. Lakers. No. It's Trailblazers. Yeah. Minus 7.5. There we go. All right. All right. So tonight on this free play dollar that we wagered here on this 8-team parlay, we will catch out at $278.50 if the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles cover the plus 5.5 spread. The under 142 in the Florida State Purdue game covers. The under 216.5 in the Knicks and Nets game covers. The Raptors minus 3.5 to win by 3.5 on the spread if they cover. St. Louis on the money line, they went outright win plus 140. The Warriors outright win against the Suns on the money line plus 130. Lakers minus 4 on the spread to cover. And the Trailblazers minus 7.5 on the spread to cover. So if all those 8 teams cover, I will make $278.50 tonight. So, so it's been real out here, giving you all my picks, talk about the games a little bit here, and we'll get into more of it tomorrow. Waiver wires, more injuries to figure out the games and this and that nature. I just bet on NBA and college today because I already know kind of the drill and the deal on that. So peace out. Take care of yourselves. Love yourself. Love everybody else. And like I said, love more than you hate, and try to be better than you are every day. And treat people the way you want to be treated. Peace.